Hello again, it's Lock Noob, and yeah, this video goes out to my good friend and fellow lockpicker, RubberBanned, who you may know from Twitter in particular and various other lock cons and meetups around the globe. And this is a vintage Eagle padlock, all brass. I think it says US set. I think this is a military lock. I don't know much more about it than that. Comes with 2 keys, which is really cool, and this is sent to me by RubberBanned, which is really awesome of him. And look at that, Eagle Lock Corp, Terryville, Connecticut. I don't know what that tough fez means there. It's probably some code or something. I don't know what it means. But the very, very cool thing about this lock is, well, 2 weird things about it. One is that for an old lock, which is probably military lock, it's got actually a very tight keyway. Is it paracentric? It's close to being paracentric. The only thing I can get inside to pick this lock is a pick which is 12 thousandths. A 15 thousandths of an inch pick will not work. I'll show you actually if I can find my 15 thousandth pick, but 12 thousandths, too many teeth for that word. There you go. You can just see if I push that pin up, it just about pushes it up, and it's deflected a little bit even then by the warding. I've got a pick in 15 thousandths just here somewhere, which I should have absolutely got out before the video, but there you go. And you can see here that very thin as well, but it gets deflected far too much to reach all the way to the top. A standard pick in, say, 25 thousandths, like this one. Have a look at that. I can't get past that first warding ridge here. So it's like 25 thousandths, 15 thousandths, 12 thousandths. Can get all the way to the top. So yeah, it's tricky. And then look at the bitting here as well. So we've got a very small keyway. Not quite paracentric, but a pretty horrible keyway anyway to navigate around, as you just saw. Then you've got very extreme bitting, high here, all the way down to quite low, and then all the way to the highest cut again on the key at the back. So you know you have this pin 3 protecting pins 4 and 5 considerably well, all things concerned. So to pick it, well, I'll show you what equipment we're going to use in a second. So to pick it, I'm going to throw this in a vise because I'll need some really good control with this lock, just because you just don't get very good feedback from these old grimy vintage locks. Okay, right, let me grab the vise and I'll be back in a second to pick it. Okay, we're in the vise, and I don't know what this NCA TUFES, NCA Tuffers, maybe it's not a word, maybe it's just some letters, I don't know what that means. And you've got that key there. Just have a look down there again. Really, really paracentric keyway. Let's check it all works. Yeah, all good. And picking it then, 2 tools. I've got a pick in, oh, there you go, 12 thousandths there, and just a bit of bent wiper blade for top of the keyway tension, like that. And then we just hope for the best, really. Here we go. So that was 5, nothing on 4, nothing on 3, nothing on 2, nothing on 1, back to the back then. That's 4. On 2, feels like it's already set, so I'm just going to leave that one. Pin 1, is that binding now? That's a warding, not the pin. Okay, back to the back again. On 5, I think. Yeah, 5. 4, 3, 2, and is 1 binding yet? Maybe. Hard one to get onto because the pick just slips off it. Gonna go with that for now, see if there's anything at the back again. 2. Yeah, one's definitely just dropped back down there. That's a release and tension. Binding stronger though. Felt like I got a little click, and I think that might be set. Hard to tell. A little more positive click on 4 and 3 there. Now, my experience with this lock is it's very hard to once it's sort of almost picked. It's very hard to find out what needs to be just nudged up a little bit further. And obviously you don't want to overset anything. Just going to release the tension a little bit and try my best. Oh, there's another. Do you see that core movement? Just tiny little movement there, and just sort of resting my thumb on the tension now. So like the smallest amounts imaginable being applied. Hopefully holding the pins up, but just going to keep going back and forth. The pins at the back. Oh, that's me getting into the warding, not on the pins. Ah, and there we go. Just hit pin 5, and I think we are open. Whew, there we are. These old locks, they just have very slight feedback. Just because they're obviously very grimy, they're very old. Then you can probably see some of the dirt there. Lord knows what's inside there. All sorts of lubrication and graphite dirt for the years, brass powder, you name it. So you've got that which deadens the feedback, and then you're using a pick, and this is pre-marked for some other picking video I must have done ages ago. I can't remember which one it is now. But yeah, combined with this super thin pick material, and it's got the most teeny tiny amounts of feedback in this lock, but with a bit of practice and a little bit of patience you can get it, and it is really just a lovely lock, this one. A little US set. It's an Eagle lock, a nice vintage one, very cool indeed, absolutely love it. And I hope you enjoyed me picking that. It's a beautiful lock, all brass, and I'll see you all next time.